Hello, and welcome again to ClapBack Queens and Kings. I am your host, Joy the Goddess, aka Joilia Childs, chef to the underground stars. It's nice to see everyone again, or to be seen on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Periscope, Instagram, and beyond, wherever you're watching from. Really appreciate you, and shout out to our latest patrons. You know, those who really appreciate the arts, appreciate what we're trying to do here. Just cataloging and what we like to call ClapBack culture. Everybody that is, not knowledgeable about who I am, about what I do, about why it's important. I put it like this: as a self-made curator, a self-taught archivist, teaching myself to archive and teaching myself things that preserve our culture. I think that we have, clapback culture is the name I give to anything that is of the modern counter culture. It means everybody that's out here doing their things on their own ways, by their own terms, teaching themselves their art, mastering, learning how to master a craft, taking the time to master your craft. Even if you didn't spend 5 years, 10 years going to school for it, you might have spent 5-10 years doing the practical application of your art, which, as we all know, it only takes 10,000 hours to achieve mastery in anything, right? Because that's what makes things muscle memory. Your soul is a muscle. Your brain is a muscle. Your body is a muscle, right? All of these things are muscles. The more we work them, the better we get. So how's everybody feeling out there? Happy Black Women Appreciation Month. Because, that's what it's about to get called now that Kamala is our official VP elect. Shout out to Kamala, because in my lifetime, I have now seen the first Black president, and I've also now seen the first Black vice president, the first woman vice president, the first Black woman vice president. I've seen all those things in my lifetime now. And imagine if I'd have seen them when I was a little girl, right? Imagine if you would have seen these things when you were a little kid growing up. Imagine what you would have thought was possible. Imagine all the years you wouldn't have had to spend hating yourself if you had looked up to people in these places and seen them, right? These people that look like you'd have seen them. That image of the possibility would have existed already in the world. It wouldn't have to be something that you had to work so hard to convince others to believe in you to achieve. Because that's what clapback culture is. Right? Black people out here, and I say Black people because I encompass everyone of any type of oppressed. Like at this point in time, it's a very black and white issue, right? It's either you are right and you are on the side of people becoming absolutely positively free and liberated, people of all shades, of all sexes, of all genders, of all walks and sexualities and spirit orientations, right? Being completely free and liberated, which is Black. Or you're on the wrong side, right? Which is the side that says that people need to stay oppressed, that they're just not working hard enough, and that they are like the victims of oppression are also the perpetrators of their own oppression. Stop it, because that's white, right? So that's why I say it's a very black and white issue. That's how I see things. You don't have to. And we don't have to agree for what I say to be true, just like we don't have to agree for what you say to be true. And I don't need you to believe my truth for my truth to be true. Does that make sense to other people? I don't know, because y'all not commenting. So I need to see some comments. Where are you? Anyway, I say all that to say, like, I really appreciate not just the achievement, but what I most appreciate is the recognition of the achievement around it. And I don't know if maybe if this had happened 4 years ago, we wouldn't have seen nothing about it. But like, I feel as if this is a time where it's really important that we continue to celebrate these firsts that are happening in our country after how many hundreds of years of government, of democracy, of this country being this country. We still have so many firsts that are happening, right? Shout out to the first openly trans woman that was just elected to the Senate, I believe, on behalf of Maryland or DC. Delaware, like one of those states. Shout out to the 2 openly gay Black representatives we now have in the House of Representatives. That's what's up. Gay Black men out here. Yes. Because, see, that's what representation is. That's what true representation is. It's not just media. It's not just popular things. It's not just social media where I can curate my whole life to see nothing but Black people if I want. It's in being in school and learning about the government, or learning about your country, learning about the heroes of history, and seeing the people that look like you that are also having their stories recorded and deemed necessary for educational purposes, right? How many people did you learn about in elementary school, junior high school, in high school, even in college, or didn't learn about until college, that you could not understand the importance? Fuck, I care about George Washington for. Yes, he was the first president. Woo, monumental. But George didn't do that shit by himself. You know, how can we know about Einstein, but we don't know about Lewis Lattimore, right? That's somebody I didn't learn about until I was in high school. And that's only because I had teachers that saw beyond the textbooks, the very, very limited confines of textbooks and DOE, Board of Education, curriculum that was being doled out at the time, right? It's so important. And so, like, again, that is the important part. That is the real historical one. That is the real moment. That is the real shift. That is the real change, right? It's not just getting the people in office or getting the people into places that can make actual legislation that really does help us. But it's in the fact that when a little Black girl now says, I want to be president when I grow up, nobody's going to laugh at her and say, that's ridiculous. You can't do that. Nobody's going to treat her like they treated Shirley Chisholm, acting like no Black, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to do that. Right. And if you don't know who Shirley Chisholm is, I'm just reinforcing my point. I learned about Shirley Chisholm in school, at home from my grandmother, but also in high school. So shout out again to Miss Baker. She was one of my favorite teachers in my whole, public school upbringing, simply because of the way that she challenged our minds, the minds of her students, but also created curriculum that encompassed more than just the widely, the standard of a white man's perspective, right? She challenged us to give us books that were historically relevant, but also culturally relevant to ideologies and ideas and perspectives outside of the cultural mainstream, which was from the perspective of white men, as it still is for the most part. No? So, hey, Black women, let's get it together. Let's get it popping. Anyway, let's see what other news, right? That's probably like the most impactful news. And so when I heard about this whole thing, when I heard Biden, I don't have anybody to talk to today. It's just me. So I was going to introduce you to, I was going to let my alternate personality, Chef Joilia Childs, host. But I got roommates and I be trying to be respectful as well. So I'm not trying to boss up the kitchen right now. Plus, I had shark last night and I don't really want to eat shark a second time. But I will do that. Oh, it was delicious. Thanks for asking. So last night I made some shark steak, and we got to expand our taste buds. I mean, there's so many foods that are amazing, but we just don't get to eat them. And I think shark is one of them that's way overrated. I'm sorry to my vegan friends, but guess what? I like the meat, and the animal's already dead. So I feel like, anybody else got vegan friends that sometimes be all like, well, you should eat meat, try to be meat bullies? I feel like I'm getting less of them now. Right? I'm meeting more and more people now who are in the vegan lifestyle and do not take it upon themselves to feel like they need to police my diet. right? Because they see I'm sometimes I'm somewhat frail still. I mean, I am a healthy grown woman, but I am a little on the small side. I need my iron, all the iron I can get. I need all the proteins I can get. And so seafood is a place like I've been wanting to come away more and more from the red meat, take it out my diet because I do appreciate and love how veganism just made my skin so much better and really just opened up a whole world of possibilities when it came to vegetables, when it came to seasonings. Guys, this is why I be telling y'all, we be telling y'all seasoning is so important. Okay, you can make a whole fucking gourmet roast out of a paper bag if you got the right seasoning. That's another story for another time. Anyway, so yeah, when I used to work in a vegan restaurant for a year or so, so shout out to them, they know who they are. One of the things that I did, because when you're in the culinary industry, right, or even in anywhere in the restaurant industry, most of us eat in the restaurant. That's probably where we get our main meal from, and half the food in our fridge is from the restaurant. So like, I'm not gonna lie, because why are we throwing out food, guys? No, I'm all for upcycling some food. So, something I learned, I found as a habit is that I would kind of adapt my diet of whatever season would always adapt to whatever restaurant I'm working in. So like if I'm working in an Italian restaurant, I'm eating meat heavy. It's probably wintertime, right? But when I started this vegan spot, it was the springtime. It was perfect. Get to eat light. And working with vegan recipes really gave me a whole new perspective on just different ways to eat. See, one of the things I did when I was growing up, my parents and my grandparents, when we have dinner, my mom always was like really obsessive about having a well-rounded meal. And I was like, what is a well-rounded meal? And that is a meat, right? Some type of protein, starch, and vegetables, right? So you get as much of everything as you need and proper portion. So like the proper portion of protein is probably like 2 to 5 ounces per, a day. Most people choose to do it in a meal, right? So I like, as someone who's anemic, it was like there's not many food sources, and I didn't like taking iron pills. I don't like taking iron pills because they make you constipated. And if you never had to take iron pills, anybody that's ever been pregnant will tell you iron pills like just it's worse than it's like. Anyway, the point is, so instead, what you'll do is if you're not taking your supplements, you'll have to like have an iron heavy diet. So you got to think of all the foods, right? And as someone who wasn't so wide with my varieties of vegetables before, I knew I could eat spinach that has iron in it. I can eat, I can eat meat. I can eat red meat. Oh, red meat, so much iron there, right? Broccoli, iron. What else has iron in it? Beans. Beans are huge sources of protein, right? But I only like gandules. But then I started to eat green beans. Then I started to eat lima beans. Then I started to eat pinto beans. Like lots of different beans made in different ways. I was learning different ways to make beans. Then I learned about quinoa, how to properly make quinoa, all the different types of quinoa. Oh my God, quinoa so fucking fly. Couscous. Yes. Right? Then I got into pickling things. When you pickle things, it's basically you take this really hot, water substance. It's like a mix. It's like every mix is different. Like your pickling liquid is gonna be different it depends what type of flavors you're trying to bring out with this thing, right? So you can pickle things. Everybody thinks pickling and you're thinking, oh, I don't like pickles. It's not necessarily pickles, right? Pickling is just the process by which the heat fuses flavors into vegetables, basically. And then you get all that cool stuff like banana peppers or pickles, dill pickles, kosher pickles, pickled jalapenos, like all different shit can be pickled. Any type of vegetable can be pickled. So once I got into pickling, I like expanded again, right? Radishes, turnips. Yo, turnips are the shit. Brussels sprouts, why do they get such a bad rap? Asparagus tips, oh my gosh, purple asparagus, purple cabbage. Dog, let me tell you a quick story. When I was a kid, my grandmother used to make my lunches for me to take to school. And she would always, like, as she got older, she started to mix up the cabbage and the lettuce. So from the time I was a child, I hated cabbage because I would bite into my sandwich. I'm expecting lettuce, but no, I get a mouthful of cold, uncooked, raw cabbage. And it was like, ew. But now that I know how to make coleslaw and I know how to, what? Also, here's a secret, guys. Olive oil, cracked pepper, sea salt, or just kosher salt. Those 3 things on any vegetable changes the whole game. Changes the whole game. Whether you eat them raw, whether you eat them steamed, you saute them. Just like before you make vegetables, put some olive oil, a little salt, cracked pepper, right? Marinate that. Let that sit in the refrigerator for like at least 10, 15 minutes so it can really just saturate the vegetable. Watch your whole life change. And I'm talking about everything that is a vegetable. If you do that before you cook it, what? Just amazing. Anyway, I learned all that from veganism. Also, veganism reminded me about the importance of water. How important it is to have water in your lungs, in your body at all times. Because you don't want to get dehydrated. I once actually passed out from dehydration, and I was so confused. I was like, oh, I ate. I'm not tired. I wasn't drunk. I wasn't on nothing. I didn't understand why I had passed out. I had passed out from just basic ass dehydration. That's right. Which brings me to my next point. Water, guys. Water is the ultimate clap back. You know why? Because dehydration is no joke. Dehydration can lead to kidneys, to kidney failure. It can lead to organs shutting down. There is a reduction in your blood flow. Like, water is so hella important. Then you also get the poppin' ass skin. Oh yeah, so poppin' ass skin. Shout out to Shea Butter for that. Also something I would also say is close your windows. I keep forgetting, right? All of these nice days outside, such beautiful weather. I went for a great walk around my neighborhood today. Didn't wear a jacket because it's 70-something degrees. Here you go though. At night, you forget to close your window, and then you wake up sounding like this. You can't buy enough fucking Claritin to get rid of your head cold. Okay, so guys, remember to close your windows before you get to sleep at night. I'm not even joking with you. It's like so simple. It's like so simple. All right, so Lovecraft Country, guys, girls, everything in between. I want to talk about it. But there's still so many people out here who have not seen Lovecraft Country. So I will not give you the spoilers, but I will say, I really think in my heart that is a message. That whole shit was a message. But what do I know? I'm just all 227 these days. I got my little head wrap, got my little art pieces. Speaking of art, lots of new things coming up in the art world. This week has been a week. I talk about different things for reasons, right? And this week I was really scared to go out the house. Not in like a, oh my God, my anxiety is on 1,000 type of way, but in a, I don't want to I don't think it's smart to take lightly any of the threats or the obvious outrage of white folks right now, of these Proud Boys and niggas like that exist, that we know exist, that we know have been hoarding weapons, that we know do unpredictable things in unpredictable ways, that we know have an agenda to, like, I don't know. I don't know what their end goal is, but I know that it does not involve good things for me. So I stayed in the house this weekend. Um, so thanks to everybody that was out there in the streets, like, whoop, whoop, throwing it up. I love y'all, but I just can't. Not yet. Not yet. Again, I was paranoid. I was like, oh, I got a head cold. I hope this is just a head cold. It is just a head cold. It is not COVID. I have been tested yet again. I'm Gucci. My point is, I thought, I was like, oh man, I'm missing all this stuff. But then I was like, oh, actually though, Joy, do you remember that on Friday you have a show with Art of the Underground, and Saturday you were sitting performing on a panel with Black Thought at the Mental Health Institute in New York, and then Sunday you are participating in the beginnings of Sunday service with the Mark West Cultural Center, and then the rest of the week you got your kids and you trying to do shows. And you still got some art you're making. Like, you're trying to finish this art series. And you still got to finish up that second book because you missed your deadline. And so once my brain got to going, I was like, dang, Joy, it's all right to sit here and do absolutely nothing. Because you know what? If you're not doing it genuinely, you're kind of not doing it. And you're not going to get it, right? Now, I'm just putting a pin in that because it's really important. It goes with today's meditation, which I read when I woke up. And right after my mind started racing, I was like, let me meditate. Let me bring it back in, calm it down, right? So here's the one for today, November 9th. If you keep your pockets full of coins, you'll always have small change. It's a Yoruba proverb. If you keep your pockets full of coins, you will always have small change. If you expect to get something for nothing, or if you feel good when you get something without paying for it, you're violating the law of abundance. The law of abundance says you must pay for what you get. You cannot benefit from the mistake or loss of another. If you do, you will someday be forced to pay. Are you a bargain hunter? If so, you're violating the law of vibration. Cheap thoughts bring cheap returns. Cheap thoughts bring cheap returns. When you place yourself in a low vibration, you draw things that vibrate on the low level. Do you begrudgingly spend money? Do you hate paying your bills? If so, you are violating the law of correspondence. What you withhold from the universe will be withheld from you. If you give begrudgingly, people will begrudgingly give to you. It is not what you do not have that makes or keeps you poor. It is what you do with what you have that opens the door to more. Pay your way, or at least offer to pay. Expect the best and give it to yourself. Release your money happily, being grateful that you have it to give. The laws are on my side and I am blessed is the meditation. The laws are on my side and I'm blessed. So it leaves with a reflection that says, do you feel grateful when you pay your bills and thankful when you're able to give others? If not, why not? What are you ready and willing to change? So this is a really interesting one for today. And I bring it back to my mind started racing about all the things I had to do. Right? So yesterday the meditation was unexpected doors are open, unexpected channels are free, because it was based on your wealth cannot be stolen, but the precious riches buried deep inside your soul can. Wait, your wealth can be stolen, but the precious riches inside your soul cannot. That was for yesterday, right? And then today was, if you keep your pockets full of coins, you'll always have small change. So I liken my day to these two things being perfect, because I was starting to worry earlier about how I'm going to pay this bill, how I'm going to pay this, and I have to do this, and I have to do that, and I have to. No, I don't. I don't have to do anything except trust that the universe is going to provide what I need. I don't have to do anything except be grateful for all the time I have, all the resources and tools at my disposal, all the connections that I get to use, that I get to be connected to, that I have bringing me my abundance. I'm grateful I got these bills to pay. I was just having a conversation yesterday with someone when I was telling them, you know, we were starting to plan for the week. And I was telling them, like, yo, you got to change your vibration with money, right? How do we change our vibration with money? Being thankful for it. I always say this, and there's a lot of people that came out that I've been asking lately, yo, how do you talk to your money? When I pay for something, I might not say it out loud, but I always thank the person that I'm buying. But I'm also thanking the money for letting me be able to purchase this thing that's going to sustain me, right? When I get money, thank you for coming into my life. Thank you for being my worth, for proving my worth and my value. Thank you for providing value to my life or value to my purpose. You know, thank you for providing. I spend money at the food when I buy food. Thank you for, just like you would pray before you eat, right? Thank you for this food we're about to receive. May it do my body's good and bless the hands who've made it. Same way you might say a quick prayer to your money. Thank you so much. As you're letting it go into the world, when you're spending it on whatever, thank you for the food that you're allowing me to nurture my body with. Thank you for the light bill. Thank you for, paying this light bill. So I still got lights and electricity and Wi-Fi to run my own show with, right? If we're not thinking on money, our money is not motivated to do anything. Just like with the conversation that you have with yourself, right? The positive or negative conversation you have with yourself internally. If you feel like shit, you are not motivated to do a damn thing. Hey, baby love. What up, Eddie? You are so gorgeous. Eddie, shout out to you, Eddie. I would love to have you on for a sec. If you want to, I'll send you the link. Let me know. But yeah, if you feel like shit, you're not motivated to do anything. But when you feel wonderful and you're motivated to do something, or you're inspired and you know you could do it, you know you're hot shit, how much do you slay harder? Your money is the same thing. Money is nothing but my own natural energy yield. And that I can't even say, I won't ever take credit from that. That's something I got from reading Iana Vanzan. You know what I'm saying? The vibration you put out in your money, that's what's going to do. We just talked about it. The law, there's all these natural laws. And it's all regulated by the vibration that you put out and put into anything. The same way, like when your food is made with love, or you're cooking something that you love, your food is made with love. It tastes better, right? When it's just made in a haste, I'm so hungry, you don't even know what you're cooking sometimes. You eat it, it might even taste decent, but it doesn't hit the same as food that's made intentionally, right? The intention. That's what vibrations is. Intentions. Awareness. Anywho, that's just a little word of wisdom for the day to leave y'all with. Cause I'm all about the community. I wanted to share this wonderful thing that I just bought. As we talk about self-care, talk about money, we talk about community, we talk about clapback culture. This is, I think, the best thing I've done for me. Well, no. I mean, everything I do is the best thing I've done for me yet until I do it. But right here, I just want to show y'all this gorgeous, gorgeous. You can't even see it in the light. Let me fix my light. Hold on. So it is this absolutely gorgeous labradorite pipe. And I don't know if you guys can see it. Probably there it goes. Ain't she beautiful? This is 100% labradorite, polished. And if you're not familiar, labradorite, it corresponds with your throat chakra, right? So it's really great in opening up, boom, opening up your throat, letting your voice come out. And I want to, here we go. I also bought this gorgeous amethyst and clear quartz, gold melted, goldsmith together. Let me tell you, this whole vibration is a whole new thing. But shout out to spiritualcare.co. I'm gonna throw their Instagram is at spiritualcare.co. I hate saying people's names wrong. I'm not sure if it's Giselle. I think it is Giselle. If I looked up, but she was so dope last week at the full moon show that Jennifer Simone Music did over at the Mark West Center for the Arts, and it was just like a whole vibe, and it struck me so well. And I'm gonna tell you, this has just I have to revel in its beauty though for a second. I mean, the beauty of it, but like it just sings. It just sings. I feel like it sings. It sings around me. Or at least that's the way I feel. Like it sings. And so I'm so excited. Plus, I got new music coming out. Ooh, new music. Ooh, new music. Along with some visuals, but that's a whole other story for another day. I just wanted to like throw that Black business out there because it is about to be the holiday season, and y'all be out here fronting. Some of y'all are out here fronting, forgetting that like, I need y'all to keep that. We need you to keep that same energy as Juneteenth, that same George Floyd energy, that same Breonna Taylor energy, that same Ahmaud Arbery energy. Shit, I need you to keep that Elijah McCain energy. I need you to keep that Amadou Diallo energy. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this holiday season, I'm not telling y'all what holidays to celebrate or not. I'm saying I'm just celebrating Festivus all winter long, period. So I will say happy Festivus, happy Juneteenth. Why? Because, at the end of the day, as long as you in a good cheer, let's just spread the goodness. Let's not, focus on the semantics of like, oh, I don't celebrate Christmas because this is that and because this is that. Great. It's hard to change habits, guys. So just saying things like happy holidays and keeping it moving, or don't make it too deep. Not everything has to be so fucking deep. Let people have their love. Let people have their faith. Let people have whatever's going to let them be their best selves for themselves and everyone else, man. I don't understand what's so hard about that. But, I'm just a dreamer sitting here writing my music in my bedroom. Yeah, I've got a lot of new music that is on the way. And I also have some series of visual arts that's coming out. And that'll be exclusive to Patreon patrons only. So if you have not joined the Patreon, it is patreon.com/the God is Arts. I'm going to see if I got a little banner. So I can just drop that down with you for you real quick. Yep. I do have a banner I can put on for you guys. Oh, and there it goes at the bottom of the screen. That's right. Support the artist. So it's patreon.com/the God is Arts. If you notice right next to it, there's an @ or a slash and then a $, the God is Arts. That's us on Venmo and Cash App. Also paypal.me if you want to do some direct donations because we are taking them. I'm not going to lie about anything because I don't need to. What's the point? Life is too short. 2020 has taught us that. So it takes all the money I can, and I don't do any of the things I do for money. However, like all artists, I like eating too. I like selling. I like when my artwork sells. I like to do that stuff. I would love to finish my album, but you know what? I gotta pay the producer. I gotta pay the studios. I gotta pay the musicians. I gotta pay the guests I have on this show. Right now, our funding's a little low, and I'm not gonna lie, we're looking for everybody's help on that. Become a patron today. Support the art, and we get 10 patrons. 10 patrons on any level, because it only takes $6 a month. Not even a whole $6, like $5.55 is the lowest patronage level. That's about 17 cents a day. That's less than it takes to feed a child in Africa. It's not a lie. I didn't make those Save the Children commercials, but 17 cents a day works out to be about $5.55 a month, right? 20 cents a day is $6 a month. So $6 a month. You're telling me you don't have 2 MetroCard swipes for me? 2 MetroCard swipes. You got 2 MetroCard swipes a month. You can help a sister out. And this sister is helping other people, right? It's all about feeding into the networks. Nothing I do is about me. It's always about everybody else. Or everything I do is about me because everything is also about everybody else. I know it's a conundrum. It's an Orsaurus Boris, but like that's just life. A cycle of destruction and creation. A cycle of one thing ending and something else starting. That's what it is. But I got some new artwork coming out soon. So maybe you turn back in on Wednesday, because on Wednesday, on Make-A-Wish Day, I'm fangirling the fuck out. One of my absolute favorite rappers, actors, and comedians is going to be sitting down with me having a little tete-a-tete about all of the genius of his work. His name is Precious Gorgeous. Oh, you know him, do you? You don't know Precious Gorgeous. Not like I know Precious Gorgeous. We're going to have a great talk. I can feel it right now because I've been dying to pick his brain about all these things for a long time. If you know him, then you know that he is somebody who thinks cosmically when it comes to his art. It's so layered and so deep. There's an overlap of many different things, and some would say a clashing of cultures even within the work, because who would think about Shakespearean raps? This guy does. So again, if you don't know him, that gives you some time to Google him. He does a lot of great things around the city, including a Brave New Show, which he develops with some partners. It happens every Thursday while the weather is nice in front of the Brooklyn Museum at 6 p.m. He is also part of the Black God Pantheon and a solo artist himself. He just dropped a project earlier this year, and I believe he has another one coming out in a month or so. We'll get that right when he's on the show. 7 o'clock Wednesday night. I see you here clapping back. Yes, like the king, the queen you is. And guess what, guys? I love you. If no one has told you today, I love you. I'm proud of you. You're important. I see you, and I feel you from afar, and I send you love. All right, so that was a good talk, guys. I have high hopes now. See the smile on my face? It's going to stay here, just like I hope it's staying with you, because there really is a lot of possibility in us. Anyway, it's about that time that we wrap it up, that we wrap it up. Oh, yeah, before we get gone, I just want you guys to know, if you have a commercial for your product, hey, holla at us. We're looking for any independent artists, small business owners that have a 30 to 60 second commercial, and they're looking for places to advertise it. Holla at us. Also, yeah, that's about it. Music videos. That was the other thing. If you have music videos, holla at us. We would love to show you music videos on Saturday afternoon, because we really want to bring that back. So nothing but underground music all the time. I am the God is. You are the God too. I love you. I hope you love yourself. Keep choosing to be you, because everybody else is taken. And guys, remember, it's still a pandemic outside. That does not mean that we, like, just because the elections is declared and all this stuff is starting to look okay, doesn't mean that we shouldn't still be kind and patient to ourselves and each other. There is still a pandemic. Please be safe. Keep your distance. Wear your mask. Be yourself. The God is hung. God is out. I'll see you guys Wednesday.